Hello everyone, welcome back. You haven't seen me much, and I've made a couple of videos mentioning just how busy I've been, but today I decided to show you what I've been up to, and hopefully you'll be able to see what's been taking up so much of my time. And I'm a mess, but this is about the best it's going to get for a while. I have been working outside nonstop, except for whenever I have bookkeeping work, I come in, get it done, and I head right back outside. I am doubling the size of my garden. I'm doing a major project for my dog pen, and so I'm doing most of this myself. So I'm going to show you today what I've been up to. Up there, I have planted a fruit cocktail tree, and I've also planted 2 elderberry bushes. And you don't see them because they're small, and I've got them in wire cages, but they're up there. Pulling weeds, spraying for grasshoppers. And this whole area here was full of weeds. I've been pulling all of those. There's still a few, but much better. I've got to do that area over there still, under the peach tree and around some of the grapes. I've started pruning. I haven't done everything. There's a little pile there on the ground. My peach tree, hopefully it doesn't have a lot of peaches, but it has some. And hopefully the freeze we just had did not get hold of those, but we'll have to wait and see. And these plants were gifts from a friend. There's the Shasta daisy. I don't know what this is called, but it's really nice. But these are a little wilted. They're starting to come back. All of my grapevines are just really starting to leaf out. The deer and antelope have been eating them. But they really need some work. Down here, I have planted 2 rose bushes, and if you've ever been to vineyards, a lot of times they plant roses at the end of the vineyards, the rows of vines, and they do that, we were told, to get early signs of mildew that the grapevines will get, but the roses would get them first. So I decided I was going to plant my roses at the end of my grapevines. Over here I've just got some herbs. I've got some of my oregano that I dug up and transplanted. This is some lemon balm, and that one over there also that a friend gave to me. And again, they're a little wilted because they're transplanted. This is thyme, and it's just going crazy. In my little wagon, it's got all my supplies in it. That is some mint she gave me also, but it's a little wilted still. I'm just going to keep pouring water on it. But over there, that has been my big project. And I have hired a couple of teenagers next door to come a couple times and help me. But they helped me get the fence up. And I got the gate on today, so I was really excited. So I've doubled the size of my vegetable garden. And that pile of dirt was my birthday present that I asked for. So it's got to be spread. And I've made a dent. The pile came all the way across this walkway. And that's the only place this huge dump truck could back in. He got as close as he could. So it went all the way over this walkway. It was higher than that. It's kind of settled down. And the pile came to, no, probably about right here, and that was 10 cubic yards, or as he said, it was 10 tons of soil mixture. So it's a whole lot of dirt. And I've started creating the beds for it. I've got that one mostly done against the fence, and I put rocks behind it so it wouldn't all go through, and of course I have tons of rocks. I'm starting on this bed, and the kids had helped me create these two, but they were just too narrow and I didn't like it, so I'm redoing them to make wider beds so that I can work from either side, but also that I just think I'm going to make better use of my space. And on this side of the new garden area, I have built up a bed there, and I'm going to be putting my rhubarb right over there. And then I have several pots, and I decided to just build up the dirt around them. And I'll be planting, and there's probably, I'm thinking I'll put a bunch of green beans there, but we'll see. And I'll be adding some new potting mix to all of these to build up the soil, and I will be planting in those too. And while I had that huge dump truck come out to give me a pile of dirt, I decided to just pay for a double truck, which wasn't that much more. So I had 2 huge in dumps come out, and that is 12 cubic yards or 12 tons of decomposed granite, which, if you've never seen it, it's really nice stuff. Kind of like sand, but coarse. And it's exactly what it says, decomposed granite that's broken down. And because we have so much heavy clay, and in the winter it is just horrible muddy mess that sticks to your feet, sticks to your shoes, sticks to the dog's pads and gets between them and hardens, I decided to have this hauled in too. And you can see we've made a dent out of it. That was 12 tons, and we've moved a little bit, but not that much. Because over here is the dog pen. And I have been laying down landscape fabric that is sitting on top of the clay because we have to do something for the dogs. They need a place that they can go out, especially in the winter when it's terrible. So this is going to be much better for them, much cleaner. And I have laid down the landscape fabric almost all the way. I'm going to have to do just a little bit more up by the house. And I still need to finish cleaning out the kennel and get that leveled and put the fabric down in there too. But we've made huge progress. So when I tell you how busy I've been, this is what I've been doing. So this is the older part of the garden, and I've removed this part of the fence right here. And I'll probably take the fence and some of the posts out of there where my raspberries and blackberries are. I'll probably just leave some supports for them to run on. But that's not real urgent. You can see I have a mess down here where I'm cleaning things out. And I save these pots because when we have a freeze early in the season, I can run out, put these on top of my plants, and it will protect them from the freeze. And I think I've mentioned my walls of water before, I'm not sure. But when I planted these tomatoes, they were about that tall. That was about 2 weeks ago. But these walls of water are basically a circle of little tubes, and you fill them with water, and they insulate and kind of form a little greenhouse. And we've had a couple of freezes, and you can see my tomatoes on these 3 are growing out of the top. These were the first 3 I planted. Those 2 I planted about a week later. But they're just doing amazing. So these things really work. They last. I've had these years. But they, because we have a short growing season, these allow us to plant tomatoes, peppers, things like that much earlier than we normally would. So these tomatoes are doing great. And you can see I've got buds, and I've got a few little tomatoes in there too. I've got some chard and onions growing back in here also. And my asparagus, which I need to come out. There's a few I need to harvest. Those are doing great. This was a volunteer pea, and it's blooming. Sugar snap, I think. Then there's a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, but a number of potatoes that volunteered, so they're coming up. I have another tomato back here, and this one's almost growing out of the top. There it is. And it has little tomatoes on it already. But if you've never used those, and if you're in a short growing season part of the country, try these walls of water. They are wonderful. Over here I've got, these are shelling peas in this area, and then I have sugar snaps here and some sugar snaps over there that haven't come up, so I'm not sure why. And in the center I've got a bunch of carrots. And I've got rainbow carrots, Nantes, and there's another kind, I'm not sure. I don't remember. I've got a few leeks, some garlic chives, and then of course my oregano that I cut about 3/4 of it out, plus a whole bunch of little ones. And I've still got that much left. So this oregano, just, you can't kill it. It loves it there. I'm going to be planting in these probably today or tomorrow. I've refreshed the soil in them so they'll do better. And over here I've got, this is bunching onions that I planted last year, and it's just gotten huge. I got that from Azure Standard last year. And I've got a bunch of scapes I need to cut. And back there I have some garlic, and it's got some scapes. This is all garlic I planted in the fall. And then I have some onion sets down here. So I've got to water this and cut these scapes out so that it'll let them continue to grow. Those are all volunteer raspberries. And hopefully this year I'm going to get some more raspberries. I separated this one big bed into 2 with a little walkway in the center so that I can get to the plants easier. And of course I've got a whole bunch more raspberries coming up that I have to pull out. And over there are some shelling peas that I got from Azure Standard. And some of them are okay, but the wind got to them. We were having 40-mile-per-hour plus wind last week, and it was just insane. So they lasted through it, but a couple of them took a real beating. And my strawberries, and I already eaten one, and it was really good. I've got another couple that are almost ready. But I lost most of those the last couple of years to grasshoppers, so don't have anywhere near the same number, but they'll grow back. Another volunteer raspberry going to have to be pulled out. This is spinach that I planted from seed, And over here is lettuce from seed. And so hopefully I'm going to have some good greens really soon. And in this bed, I did the same thing to this end of it, and I dug a trench down the middle to make 2 narrower beds. So I'll be planting both of those again today or tomorrow, depending on how much digging I get done this morning. And my girls say it's too hot to be out right now. And their shade sail got destroyed in the high winds last week, so I have to repair that and get it put back up so they have some more shade. So this is what I've been doing. I went from 24 by 24 foot garden to 24 by 48. And although the 2 teenagers next door have been quite a bit of help, they aren't available all the time, and I have mostly done this by myself. So I give myself a good pat on the back for this. But hopefully once I get some of this under control and get my garden in so things are growing, I'll get back to making more videos. This cute little birdhouse was made and painted by a dear friend in my valley that she is so talented, but she's such a sweetheart, and she made these and painted it and gave this to me. So I nestled this over by my rose bush, and I'll find a better place for it later. She also made this one and gave it to me, and this is in one of my pots by my front porch in front of a mini rose bush. I planted delicado and butternut squash in these grow pots that I got from Azure Standard. And over here I planted jalapeno, Fresno, and ancho chili peppers that I got from Azure Standard. My friend also gave me this tomato plant. It's called a mortgage lifter. And I've never grown these before, but she says they're amazing, so I'm giving it a try. This is a couple days later. Dog pen is complete. That pile is much smaller, and I've gotten a lot planted. So thank you for watching. God bless, and we'll talk soon.